For nearly 3 decades, Pokémon fans have believed there were only 3 legendary birds: Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. But what if I told you there was supposed to be 4? Hidden in plain sight, an ancient tablet shows not 3, but 4 legendary figures, one of which doesn't fly, doesn't fit, and doesn't belong. Maybe it doesn't belong because it was meant to fill a completely different role than the others. While most people believe this creature is simply Arcanine, I don't, and in this video, I'm going to explain why. When you start connecting the dots, from the original starter trio to Ash's Pikachu to the very foundations of Kanto itself, a shocking truth begins to emerge. This is the story of the forgotten 4th legendary being, the true guardian of Kanto.
This ancient Pokémon tablet has fascinated fans for years. It clearly depicts 4 creatures, 3 birds and 1 beast. In the upper left, a fiery bird surrounded by red stone, unmistakably Moltres. Top right, a calm blue bird, Articuno. Bottom left, a greenish shape with wings spread, Zapdos. And in the final quadrant, a golden, land-based Pokémon that looks a lot like Arcanine. At first glance, this seems like a simple tribute: 3 flying legends and 1 majestic canine. But there's a problem. Why would a grounded Pokémon appear alongside 3 skybound deities? Why is Arcanine, a fire type, grouped with a second fire-associated legendary? Something about this doesn't add up. And to uncover the truth, we have to go back to the very beginning, to the core philosophy behind Pokémon's elemental balance.
Since Generation 1, Pokémon has always revolved around a perfect triangle of balance: fire, water, and grass. Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. 3 types that perfectly counter each other. Yet when we look at the legendary birds, that balance disappears. Fire, ice, and electric? The balance between fire and ice makes sense, but why involve an electric type? And let's be honest, ice is just a branch type from water. Zapdos completely breaks the pattern. Why would Pokémon abandon its most iconic type core in favor of an electric type? Unless Zapdos wasn't supposed to be electric at all. The color of Zapdos' tablet isn't yellow, it's green, the color representing grass-type Pokémon. What if Zapdos was originally meant to be the grass/flying member of the trio? The fire-water-grass balance would finally make sense. 3 elemental birds, 3 primal forces of nature. A legendary being to rule over the forests, 1 for the seas, and another representing fire. 3 legendary birds all ruling over their respective element and sharing the skies of Kanto. But if that's true, then who was the electric type? Who ruled the storms? Who protected Kanto from the threats above?
This mysterious 4th Pokémon has long been believed to be Arcanine. But what if that's only half true? Look closer. The stripes, the flowing mane, the powerful stance. It does resemble Arcanine, yes, but what if this was never meant to be a fire type at all? What if this Pokémon was the true electric type of Kanto, a land-based guardian with the power to control the weather and command lightning itself? A force strong enough to tame the legendary birds and maintain the peace amongst them. Its design also reminds me of similarities with Raikou, the legendary beast of lightning from Johto. Both tiger-like, both representing lightning striking the earth, and also fitting the color scheme of its respective tablet, yellow. And Raikou's role fits perfectly. A mythical beast said to embody thunder and balance the skies after lightning strikes. almost as if he was the spiritual successor of a forgotten concept. Could this tablet show the original blueprint for Raikou himself? A guardian originally created to protect Kanto's land from the chaos of the skies?
If we follow this line of thought, something incredible emerges. A mirrored connection between this lost guardian and Ash's very first Pokémon. Remember, Ash wasn't given one of the fire, water, grass starters. He received a fourth option, Pikachu, the electric mouse Pokémon. A Pokémon who, like the lost guardian, doesn't belong to the traditional type core, yet possesses enough power to rival and even defeat legendaries. Could Pikachu's role as Ash's destined partner be a direct reflection of this forgotten legend? An electric protector who stands apart from the trio, yet unites them through balance. Both Pikachu and this mysterious fourth Pokémon embody the same spirit: defiance of limits, protection of others, and the power to bring balance through electricity. In later generations, Lugia was introduced as the Trio Master, the Pokémon who could calm the legendary birds and restore balance to the world. This was, of course, emphasized in the Pokémon the Movie 2000. But what if that idea wasn't new? What if Lugia inherited a role that once belonged to this forgotten guardian, and the Pokémon Company felt this role would be better served by another flying Pokémon? A land Pokémon, powerful enough to stop the storms of the sky, an early concept of balance between earth and air. When we transitioned from Kanto into Johto, perhaps this idea was revived in the form of the legendary beast, Raikou. Raikou, the electric-type beast, may be the last echo of that original concept, a protector born from thunder, descended from the guardian who once stood against the legendary birds. I can imagine the mane of clouds Raikou uses fitting the role of control over the flying legendary birds, a Pokémon summoned down to Earth by lightning to calm the trio and restore order before disappearing again.
So maybe this isn't a random piece of artwork. Maybe it's a window into Pokémon's earliest myth, a world where the skies were ruled by three elemental birds, and the land was protected by a fourth, a forgotten guardian, powerful, grounded, and electric. A Pokémon that bridged the gap between gods and mortals, a force of both creation and protection. And though it was erased from Kanto's canon, perhaps it lives on in Raikou. The thunder still echoes if you know where to listen. Did Pokémon originally plan 4 legendary birds? Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe for more Pokémon mysteries.